They're all checking out my guns. Boom! Hell yeah!
Yo ho ho! What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper back with not even the greatness, bro, the holiness, bro. This is a whole nother scale this week. We weren't playing any games. Murata came with the Kamehameha, and he wasn't letting up. I guess the Spirit Bomb's coming up next because Tatsumaki's putting in that work at the end of the chapter. But I was left speechless. Check out my reaction and shit for it. Let's see what the association thought. What's going on, guys?
Fuck Murata.
Bro, that's it. You want to stand behind him with that?
Hey. You heard me.
Yeah,
Murata's a cat.
Yeah, I think it's tripping, bro. What's
Well, we'll talk about what he did, what he pulled in this chapter, but yeah, I'm just depressed, to be honest. After reading this chapter.
Hashtag let
I do
Rover
feel
live.
Yeah, the fuck? Let the dogs out.
So, Satsuki, last time we had your impression of Rover. Can we get your impression of Rover this chapter?
There.
It was good. It's good One Punch Man because it always throws you off your game. Darkshine was great. And I think more than anything, the pace is really picking up now because it's just like we're getting to the big fights and Neon, Rover, Gyoro, starting to see more of the executives and Saitama. So yeah, it's good.
Rover is trash.
What? Bro, you can't like. Are you just slandering
Rover's
right now, bro? Like,
Rover's a fucking cunt. Rover got put down by a fucking bowman.
y'all niggas
And
trolling
I had to
today.
sit here and take that shit. What can I can't say like, oh, he's coming back. No, fuck Murata, bro.
All six of freaking Rover's eyes are crisscrossed out. Your boy's done. He trash.
Bro. Like, I really gotta say this for real. Like, Rover ain't dead. Rover isn't dead. Right?
But my point is, it doesn't matter. Even if it doesn't matter. But whatever, man. Whatever.
I mean, I was scared, bro. When I saw like, fuck, dog. When I saw Cape Baldy out there, bro. Like that's the last nigga. Like,
I was pissed. I seen that matchup and I said, why? Why did we have to do this shit?
This chapter was a banger. Loved it.
What the fuck was that?
Can't wait for what's going to happen next. Been waiting so long for the manga to get to this point, and it finally has, and Murata delivered as usual. Just so good. One of the best chapters in the series, easily. Let's get into it.
It's actually like a baby bug god.
Right. Shonen sounds like Light when he got his memories back in Death Note.
niggas, that giant crow, man.
That's gotta be Giant. We might end the podcast soon. A top tier demon's on his way.
Oh shit! All right, so then I guess the first point we should address is like the whole Neon Pooty situation. I guess it's getting deferred continuously, or are we gonna come back to it after this?
I hope we do.
Mhm.
I hope we come back to it because I want to see Puri get that big win. He needs it.
Do you think it's best that we had like an intermission between that fight, if it is gonna be that way, or?
Well, we already kind of have it in this chapter. But I don't know. It's really unsure what's going to happen with Neon and Puri after this. I mean, they already encountered each other and they set up the dynamic that Neon has a weakness against Puri Puri Prisoner. So that's kind of significant, and it would kind of be anticlimactic if they don't touch on that again. And also, Puri Puri Prisoner allegedly got 2 power-ups in the last chapter. So, where's that going? I think it's going to end with him piecing up Neon. I just hope that it does.
Do you reckon Neon's going to go around all the other fighters and see that he's not a good matchup for them, just kind of like how Puri Puri says this chapter? And then it comes back to Puri Puri.
That would be funny. I could see that happening too.
Yeah, I imagine that happening. I thought that was going to happen in any case, but just from him going to Saitama and me going, actually, I think I'll fight you instead, Puri.
Yeah, that could be it. Like, it just comes full circle. Like, he just goes and sees all the other overpowered heroes, and he's like, screw this. I'm just going to go fight Puri Puri Prisoner.
I mean, I guess that he could be like the the narrative drive, or like the way that we see all the different fights narratively. But I don't know, man. I'm not. Neon doesn't have any good cards in my book right now. All this running shit. It was funny what he did at the end of the chapter, but I do want to see more from him. So then up next we go to the big ass reveal. I know there was a spoiler that he did. And Murata released the volume art, I believe, for the upcoming volume, something like that. Correct?
Yes, he had a panel of Darkshine underneath the advertisement for Volume 19. It was just his face. It's actually the panel that we see of Darkshine after Bug God has his transformation, and he has like that serious face on. It's just that one single panel.
The art for this was amazing from like the very beginning. Like that first little I guess that's like a character. Sometimes I always forget the the markings and shit that are all over the page, and I guess that are sound effects. They're actually words in Japanese, because you don't usually see that for cartoons as much. Besides like the older ones where they'll put like boom and bam and shit like that.
Kapow!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I always forget it, and it looks cool, and like it really looks fucking badass and shit. Like in several different animes and mangas that I've seen it done, it looks badass. But like the first panel of the fight is that, and it looks amazing, bro. I don't know, like how do you?
It reminds me. Are you guys familiar with Street Fighter?
A
Yes,
little
sir.
bit
Kind of,
more
yeah.
of a Tekken
Yeah.
type of
Is it
deal.
Akuma?
Dude, I was just going to say that. It reminds me of after Akuma does his ultimate move, the Raging Demon. Like, after he's done, like, a huge Japanese character pops up. I think that represents death or something, and it kind of looks like that. Like, hits you in the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did kind of get that exact feel.
Pretty
It
cool.
might
And
even-
I'm on board with what you were saying, Grimm. I think Japanese characters look cooler than the Romanized alphabet. And like when we see it like illustrated this way, it's all the more cooler.
It might even be a small reference, because I know Murata's a big fan of like Capcom stuff, because he's done art for them before. So it might even be a small reference to it.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, that's yeah, okay, that makes, yeah, the fact that we can't connect that shit, yeah, and then, bro, and then right underneath it, bro, like, the actual shine, like, is there any, like, digital touch-ups you think he adds to these, or, like?
Oh, definitely. He has, I think he has 2 to 3 people working under him, and they mainly just do, like, digital touch-ups and stuff like that.
God damn, bro, because this shit looks fucking like the shine from Darkshine.
It's forever shining black.
Bro, this shit is so like, bro, because I didn't. All right, I guess we should do like a little quick round table of like initial thoughts on Darkshine, because this is technically like our literal first introduction. Like, it's not like Atomic, Bang, Pooty Pooty, and Metal Bat. We saw them technically, quote unquote, even if it was a small little sliver, we saw them up against Melzigard. And then, Metal Bat got his fight. Pooty Pooty has encountered several different individuals, including the Sea King, shit like that. This is Darkshine's official first time. I think the only people left are like, what is it? Metal Knight, Drive Knight, Tatsumaki, quote unquote. Maybe if you really want to go there, but not really. there's really Pig God. Like this is the first time Darkshine comes out, and he does this. Like, and it wasn't like, I don't want to disregard this fight, but it wasn't a dragged out dragon situation like Child was, or like Flashy was. In the poll questions we addressed, or I addressed in kind of like convoluted manner, where we had one of the questions that compared to which was the best intro fight, and we had Zombie Man and a Mind Math, for example, on there. Even though their fights were a lot against smaller opponents, they displayed some cool aspects to them. So he's gonna get that fight. The nigga even said it himself. Like, if I don't fucking find that Kaidra pretty soon, like, I'm gonna get, my muscles gonna get demotivated. I was like, stop this, bro. So let me stop rambling and let's go round table. Matt, thoughts on Darkshine?
He was nothing but impressive. Like, everything I've seen of him, like, there were those teasers. But, like, I suppose all the S-Class heroes, he was similar to him. Like, they're all one-shot demons. But I just feel the way he's nonchalantly I think he basically backhanded Bug God, pretty much. And that's how he dealt with a demon class monster. Is, like, he said himself, he doesn't know the limits of his own strength. Like, he doesn't know the limits of his defenses. No one's pushed him that far. And he considers, like, only, like, kind of, I guess, Tatsumaki and King, I guess, above him in terms of anger. So maybe in terms of power. So maybe that's just something about how strong he is as well. But yeah, Darkshine's great.
My boy came in like the health inspector from the Boondocks, just shining, flexing on him. That shit was epic. And yeah, man. Like one thing I kind of noted in this chapter was the way he was talking to Bug God, he seemed arrogant. That's what it made him seem, but for previous chapters, he didn't really seem that way. He seemed kind of like a humble dude, which was kind of weird to me. But I guess you can, well, maybe you can not say it's arrogance, but he just really thought like Bug God was not fucking with him at all. And it kind of power scales him because Garou wasn't really able to touch Bug God like that. But then you have Darkshine in this chapter. It's easy work.
Kind of like Escanor-esque in this chapter.
Yes.
Praise the sun.
Yeah.
Yo, after we go on on that dialogue, bro, because like that's a nice part you pointed out to Suki. It is weird because before he was all humble and shit, like, but I'm not sure if it's pride or if it's like excuse me, I'm not sure if it's arrogance or if it's like pride in like his work or whatever. Like he's proud and like of that because this is like some athletic sense. Or, I'm not sure. We'll see. What's going on, Sundown?
Yeah, I thought Darkshine was like, he's everything I wanted him to be. I wanted him to be like insane, not give a shit, and just clap people. And he did like all three of those things this chapter. And the only part that struck me as weird was when he was like, the strength of insects is indeed my ultimate goal. I was like, what? But I'm assuming what he's going on there is like, you know how ants are known for like carrying like 10 times their body mass. I assume he's going around that line, and also the fact that most insects have like some sort of shell, like exoskeleton kind of thing, which is usually black and shiny, and then we have super alloy Darkshine.
Hey, dude, you're exactly right. You're hitting the nail on the head there.
Yeah. So like, I thought that was weird, but then when you think about it just for a hot second, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I mean, like, super impressive, and the fact that he put down a full-powered, 6-armed Bug God, freaking, that was awesome. He's like a cross between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. So good,
bro. I'm memeing that for the rest of the week, bro. You don't even give off a Darkshine, bro.
The worst. That's the worst part. Like, he gets shook. Like, you see Bug God get shook when he says that. The worst!
The fuck?
Yeah, that was weird because I don't remember Darkshine in the first season of One Punch Man, but I imagine him to be kind of soft-spoken, so hearing him yell like that was probably like, oh, shit. like, hey, he ain't playing.
Like, in the English dub, his voice is just like, you know, like a deep voice black dude, which is, of course, fitting. But in the Japanese version, he has like a weird voice. Like, oh, I'm super early Darkshine. What's up?
Oh shit! Is that his voice? Like
in Japanese, it's kind of weird. Like it sounds like that. Like don't anger Tatsumaki. Don't anger King. He'll kill you, Tatsumaki.
shit, they got Bonnie the dinosaur.
It's kind of like that. So this is a pretty significant moment in the series. I've really been waiting for this chapter so much because of the whole Rover thing that we're going to get into, but also the Darkshine thing that happens in this chapter because, like what we've been saying, this is like our first real introduction to Darkshine. This is his first real fight. And besides just him showing how powerful he is, it's the speech that he gives in this chapter, which is pretty important because, like, this is like, I don't know, something that the community, or at least that has, hardcore, that has read the webcomic and whatnot, always comes back to this because this is like one of the better speeches about how there's the three heroes you should never anger, King, Tatsumaki, and himself. Pretty epic because, I don't know, we're just kind of getting Darkshine power scaling himself here where he's claiming he's top 3 in the Hero Association. So he's like essentially putting King at number 1, Tatsumaki at number 2, and then he is the 3rd strongest. Now, is that true? Of course, it remains to be seen, but he's giving a really good, what's the word I'm looking for? He's really giving a good argument.
It looks like it's true.
He's giving a good argument for him being top 3 here because Bug God is for sure one of the stronger demons. I mean, he even reminds us in this chapter that Garou, in his half-monster form, his strikes couldn't do anything to him in their fight in Chapter 88. And also, he mollywopped Garou too. And this is pretty impressive because we saw that this form of Garou is able to deal with demons. So the fact that he couldn't really do anything to Bug God was pretty significant. And then Bug God even gets stronger than that with his 6-armed mode. It's unfortunate that we don't get a disaster level on him in this chapter, so we don't know if he is Dragon at that point. It's ambiguous as to how strong he is, but he's definitely stronger than a demon. And then just him, he's like just literally standing there, not even guarding him as he takes all of Bugshot's best strikes. That's pretty impressive. And then the one-shot right hook, incredible stuff here. Really happy to see this play out the way that it did.
All right, so then let's talk about one of his biggest features in terms of capabilities. Darkshine seems like a defensive tank. He actually, throughout the fight, allowed himself to be hit so he could feel the strength and the actual capabilities of, I guess, one of his goals or potential goals. Who in terms of like durability is comparable to him? Is this his like Elder Centipede level or not there yet? Or what did you guys think with his durability and defense?
I guess you could say Elder Centipede-esque. I don't know if he's exactly at that level, but I don't think he's really comparable to any heroes, at least in my opinion.
If you want to make like a tier, you put like the highest durability tier outside of Saitama, you could put like Elder Centipede, Rover, and Darkshine in there. They're all kind of seem to be around the same level. Darkshine, by far, outside of Saitama, of course, has the highest level of durability that we have seen so far. Like, no other heroes are capable of replicating this feat. Also, in Chapter 94, like, that building fell on him and it did nothing. It looks like it affected the building more than him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what if I say that seems deceptive? What if we were to describe what's his face a Phoenix? Isn't Phoenix absorbing half of the Emperor or a portion of the Emperor Nova and then taking the rest? Isn't that durability as well?
It's like it's a different kind because this is like a physical strike comparing it to energy absorption.
True. So.
Is Bug God's onslaught as powerful as the Millennium Emperor Nova? Hell no. But could Darkshine tank the Millennium Emperor Nova? Just taking a guess, I'd say yeah.
bro, I'm so fucking excited to see if that's ever gonna be true, bro. Like, this man, he, this was weird when I was looking at it, because like his arms or like his back muscles, traps, I guess, like they're bigger, like they're fucking huge, bro. like my nigga, like if you look on page I'm using the manga deck's page listing, so it's page 7, but it's when he addresses monster Bug God for the first time. He like he's crouched up and you see his arms. It looks shorter than his entire like upper half or whatever. He just looks odd, but like he's abnormal. Like his body looks abnormal as fuck. Like,
yeah, that's his thing. He's a freak of nature. Like, it's heavily implied that you can't learn what he has developed. Like, he was born this way and he trained his body. And that's it.
oh man.
Because we see other similar muscular guys like Puri Puri Prisoner and Tank Top Master, and they can't even hold a candle to Darkshine. So it's not about getting big. He just has just some kind of inherent power to him.
Grimm, do you think Darkshine's broke his limiter then?
Because that's by definition, like that's what it sounds like. By definition, that's what it sounds like. But not in the same. It's not removing the limiter like Saitama has done. I guess breaking the limiter would be that point where the arduous task pushes you to the next level, and as we've seen with like different iterations in different series, and in One Punch Man itself with signature characters like Garou, he's breaking limiters, getting to that next level. So, has he broken a huge ass limiter? It looks like he has, and it's deformed him or manifested itself in this manner of a huge ass body. And that's how I guess we can make the synonymous comparison between monster transformation and natural limit breaking and whatever. I don't know, because it's not like we can't say that a monster can't break its limiter. This monster can grow in strength. So I guess you really can't replicate what he's done. But like, it's to answer that directly, bro. I don't even think that whole Watchdog Man thing that people were trying to push a while back, that he's broken his limiter, look at it, or he's removed his limiter, look at his facial expression and shit like that. The whole thing with Black Sperm too, how his face is similar. Like, I can't say yes or no, but from Watchdog Man, this sounds gonna sound super blasphemous, bro. Like super blasphemous. Please, look, let me say this first. Not Q City. Ain't nothing happening in Q City. But
Facts.
when I saw Watchdog Man out there fighting Garou, sure it was just up against a demon, but like he was strong, but he wasn't fucking like let me run away type shit. If I was a strong ass dragon, like like I said, it was just up against a demon, but like I wasn't overwhelmed completely by his fighting capability compared to other dragons that we've seen. So, if that's the first example of a plain-faced character who's very, very tough, has a great quirk to him, with the whole like in his city, even people migrate to niggas migrate to Q City for safety, bro. That's what niggas they don't go to, like, come on, they go to Q City, bro. They go to that park, bro. That's what niggas go to for safety. Like, I'm not trashing Watchdog Man. I'm saying that his level of strength may be indicative to what characters who may look like Saitama are removing the limiter. I don't think Darkshine did it. I don't think Black Sperm did it. I don't think, yeah. So no. What'd you guys think of Bug God?
Why does he got to change his name? You can't be Bug God, but be. You can't be Bug God, but not be the strongest insect creature. Like we have like Elder Centipede out. Like, nah, fuck him. I'm sorry. You can't be
You
called
raise a
Bug
good
God.
point.
Yeah, we classify a centipede as a bug, right? So no, you're not Bug God.
That's fucked up, bro. He loses, now you gotta change his name.
He should have been have changed his name, but I was giving him the benefit of the doubt because we've seen demons transform into dragons. That didn't happen. So, hey, change your name. I'm not. If we make a tombstone for these monsters, I'm not putting Bug God on that shit.
Bug guy.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh shit. So, was he disappointing then, or like?
Mm, he didn't. The chapter didn't show us enough for him to be disappointing or exciting. I guess he was just to kind of power scale Darkshine. So I can't say he was disappointed because it looked fucking epic, but um, that's about it because he didn't do shit to Darkshine. So, but I won't say he was disappointing.
Yeah, it was a bad matchup for him more than anything. Like, he was up against the top tier S class is the main reason. Because obviously from what we've seen of Bug God in the past, obviously with deflecting Garou and stuff like that, that leaves him as pretty impressive as it is. And then obviously a powered up form would mean he's just more impressive. But obviously, if Darkshine is one of these top tier S classes, it was bad luck on Bug God's part.
Yeah, I mean, like, if anything, his transformation was super impressive with like the extra super duper thick ass, pointy ass shoulder guards, the his kind of his Kishin looking eyes. Like, did you notice that?
Yeah. What do you mean? Did we notice? There was a whole panel dedicated to it.
Yeah, his like his face mask changes and he gets the 4 extra arms. He looking like chunky as fuck, and his quads go size like Godzilla shit. Yeah, I think he looked awesome. And did he always have his wings? Because I can't remember.
I think
I
they
don't
were like
think so.
No, he didn't. Nah, he didn't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so the fact that he had wings as well, I mean, like he just looked awesome, and I think because he usually had like 3 main eyes and then like 2 minor eyes, and when he goes into this full bug god guy mode, he gets like the 2 minor eyes open up a bit. So I just thought he looked incredibly awesome. It's just a bit unfortunate that he got decleated.
He really looked so fucking monsters, and like he reminded me of Carnage Kabuto to an extent, but like this design was more badass. Like if he would have had the power level of Carnage Kabuto, and this would have been the potential of a more endeared character than Carnage Kabuto, because of the design.
Yeah, pretty much. It just would have been nice to, I don't know, further establish how powerful Bug God is, just so we really know how powerful Darkshine is. I mean, yeah, he one-shots a demon, regardless of any S-class hero. That's impressive. But I don't know, like he says that Garou strikes were ineffective against him, but I don't know, maybe it would have been cool for like, I don't know, somebody else to run up on Bug God and then lose to him or something like that. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I know how strong Bug God is. It's just that the other casual readers probably aren't really aware. Like, if he would have ran into Puri Puri Prisoner, he probably would have, like, wrecked him. Or at least given him a super competitive fight.
I think this is one of those times where where one is like subverting the tropes, where like there's a bad guy that like fucking does all this bullshit, a long ass fight just to show off the main character or whatever, and put it into the small display. That's what these small fights have been like to me, because like that's usually the comparison that I do is like, okay, one as a huge, I wouldn't say like a signature aspect of like one of his huge features is that he doesn't like to do what other people have done, and by either building upon those previous ideas and those previous sentiments, he's able to come up with new methods, or he's just doing the opposite or subverting in a different method. But by making these short fights quick, like the Zombie Man shit or whatever, that's technically what it is. It's like he's showing you the abilities, and all of it looks fucking amazing, all of it. So we also know how authors stereotypical mangakas do the same thing as well, where like the most badass possible fucking design will be for that fucking the bad guy in his final transformation state, or for the main character in his final form or whatever, and then it's a single attack. So why waste all that time to do what you're gonna do and then just make all of it look fucking badass? I honestly say I could appreciate this fight more than like Blue Note Gear Second. Sure, let's do that. Right? If you got this whole smoke shit, had to fucking lose to Blue Note entirely side of the island before, came back and just did it to him. Like, you didn't need all that. You could have just had him just pop out Gear Second. That's kind of a bad example, but like, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've got a quick question then. So obviously we've had this comparison between obviously Darkshine, Bug God, and Garou. So obviously Garou couldn't injure Bug God. Bug God couldn't injure Darkshine. Do you think this is going to be like rounded off whenever Garou makes his appearance again, and he's going to be like one of the first people to injure Darkshine?
You're a fucking monster, man.
Yeah. Fuck it. Have Garou wipe the shine off his body.
It's like that.
I mean, I'd love to see that, to be honest.
Sundown.
I'd love to see how Darkshine would react. I mean, like, it's like how when Tyson first got knocked down. It's all about how the freaking fighter reacts to that first shot. First time he's been hurt in his life, probably. I'd love to see Darkshine just look at Garou like, the fuck? You just freaking dented one of my pecs. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I hope so.
Because that is a direct comparison amongst the three. But like, what I'm assuming is that just like it happened for the fight, everything he has encountered, he's gonna be that much more stronger for it. So like,
Oh no, this was it. The training wheels are off after this chapter.
yeah,
Like once we see what happens with the disciples against Devil Longhair, the only demon left after that is G5. And everyone else is like a full-blown dragon.
yeah. So yeah, like I don't mean to say that like once again, bro. I gotta choose better words. I always sound blasphemous. When I say this, understand, nigga, it's Team Garou, bro. It's all about the monsters out here for me. But this kind of downplayed Dragon Garou. Like, no matter what you want to look at it, no matter how many telescopes you want to put on that bitch, no matter how many GPS satellites you want to have orbiting that shit, Garou is the third on the scale here. Bug God can tank his shit. Bug God can hit him. Sure, Garou can take a punishment for a long ass time. Probably even longer than Bug God can take it. But he's still defending and shit a lot better than what Garou is. Darkshine smacked this nigga one time and he was out of there, bro. Splattered. There's a difference. But this nigga's gonna come back stronger. Like you said, the training wheels are off, and it's Garou. Garou. Not Gyoro. Garou. He's the main nigga. He's gonna come back with all the fury possible. Any fury that nobody has, any fury that niggas spilled on the way here, he picked it all up. He got it all, bro. All the hype is with Garou. So I don't believe that it's gonna be a time period where Darkshine's gonna face him. If it comes, he's dead. And he can't die. Darkshine cannot die, bro. Murata or one won't write that. So I don't think he can do that. I don't think he would. But the fact that one has addressed Garou in this time period, in this chapter, means he's gonna be fucking crazy. And once you just gotta reread this bitch, dog. This nigga gets stronger with every fight. He gains what he fought. He gains that, and he gains power with it. So, like, the fact that Murata's talking about this, his punching and shit like that, he's gonna be a monster, bruh. He's gonna be taking down fucking a whole square city block, bro. One punch Garou type shit, bro. Like,
well, I mean, he's for sure going to be absurdly strong if he returns. And also, Bug God's mentioning Garou here because this is the only person to ever face Bug God. So this is the only frame of reference we have. But also, that wasn't even like the peak Garou from the manga yet. Like, he fought the Garou post Chapter 84 after his encounter with Bang Bomb and Genos. So yeah, he gained a power boost from that fight, but he didn't really become freakishly powerful until after his fight with Bug God. Because it was Royal Ripper who essentially killed him, but didn't. And then after that, he gained his Zenkai boost.
oh, so you saying when he in him waking? Yeah, because I was assuming that same fight, because in that same fight he held them off. Like they even talked about like that he's doing fine, and then he even mentioned himself like this isn't like I'm actually doing it. I'm holding off 2 demons. This isn't that hard or whatever. So I'm already thinking that Garou is the Garou that can take all that shit against Rover and Orochi. It's just that he got caught off guard because of what was going on in the tentacle ass fuck that came up. But if you're saying that he got even stronger because he got fucked like that, then bet.
Yep. And once
And
he
now-
wakes his ass up after the ass whooping from Orochi, is
Yeah, so I mean, this was already a Garou that could tank Overgrown Rover and could compete against Orochi, and now he's just becoming even stronger than that. So if he does run into an S-class hero, he's likely going to be just as strong as them, or maybe even stronger, because he was already S-class hero level when he's introduced into the series, but he's only progressively gotten stronger since then.
Should his hero hunting initiative be eroded because of the current events, or?
I mean, his whole motivation is just rescuing Tario at this point. That's the whole reason he's down there.
Agreed, but when he was talking to Gyoro, he made it seem as if he was gonna like fuck them over too. So now I'm thinking like, when Garou wakes up, is his initiative gonna be talk to Gyoro like a friend and then go find the local hero, or is he like gonna like break out and like try to escape, find the kid, and then run into a local hero, fight him or whatever, and then let him go because he has to get the kid out, or like he's just gonna kill everybody whoever gets in his way? Like, what sentiment is that?
I think he's just gonna kill anybody that's in his way. He doesn't pick sides.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his goal is to become the strongest monster, but that doesn't mean he's never shown any loyalty to the monsters at all. Like when he first met Sludge Jellyfish and Phoenix Man, he went to take down Sludge Jellyfish straight away.
Yeah.
Like there's no real loyalty to the monsters. He just wants to become the strongest, and he doesn't really care who he takes down to do it.
So when Garou wakes up, the Negative should be several times stronger than what we've seen him. He's gonna fight a hero and then a monster, or a monster. No, never mind. Don't say nothing, Zhoniin. Shut your ass up. But so is he gonna fight a hero and then a monster, or a monster and then a hero?
All I'm saying is that it could be anyone. He'll fight anyone, monster, hero, or anything in between. Just based off of what we've seen with his character so far, he doesn't care who you are. He's just gonna fuck you up.
We need Tario to die.
Oh yeah, if Tario dies, then he'll go like Super Saiyan literally.
Yeah.
That's
If
going to be
Tario dies,
100%.
yeah.
That's what's going to turn him into the monster.
Dude will just explode and freaking butt sex everyone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, listen. We did enough with Rover, right? All that sentimental shit got to throw out the window right now. We're not trying to have kids die. Kids not. And Tario's not Wagunma. Wagunma can
Fuck
fucking
them
fall off a
kids.
cliff.
Fuck them, yeah, fuck them kids.
Oh shit, bro. I think it's true, bro. Alright, so then let's keep it pushing then on to the next part of the chapter. We have the overgrown monster himself. Let me ask this first. Is this his like enraged state? His skin wasn't like this whenever Garou fought him, was it? Like his fur and shit? His shit looks flaming.
Kind of looks the same to me.
I mean, from what Saitama said, it implied he already started attacking him at that point, so maybe it's just like the aftermath of the blasts, if anything.
Well, cause I'm thinking like, you know, the whole thing, like, even not Neon, because he really just like it was after he had knocked out Rover, but like Karna's Kabuto, right? Karna's Kabuto got a certain distance away from him or a certain distance close to Saitama, and then he was like, oh fuck, he's gonna fucking remove me from existence type shit. So I'm like, he's a dog. They send shit. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like in an alerted state or angered state or whatever, because he looks different. I'm trying to put up a picture of Rover and put it in front of the people so we can see it really fast. Cause never mind. That's all. Yeah, he always looks like that. This guy's a good ass artist, bro.
Yeah,
For sure.
but fuck him.
Like, all right, I gotta do this, bro. Like, honestly, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. You guys hate me for it. I'm doing it. Big Mom is not doing anything to Rover. It's not fucking happening. It's, bro, look at this. Like, that's like, all right. I don't have the panel here to put it up for you, but I'll bring it for you guys on the stream. Fuck it. I'll even go to that effort and do it on the stream for you. I got so mad about this. Like, the biggest explosion that we've seen her be around is what Pedro did to Pero Sparrow. Big Mom took the explosion and got thrown back by that shit. The next biggest thing is the big ass cloud shit that Zeus did. The hole that she was thrown down into was nothing compared to the distance that Garou was eviscerated through, bro. They were not comparable, bro. And he's doing that for fun.
You guys ever notice that Grimm always compares someone to either Atomic Samurai, Flashy Flash, or Big Mom? It's always those three.
I'm surprised we didn't get Darkshine's more durable than Big Mom.
I'm just saying, like that, you know. And I saw somebody on the comment section too, like for one of the videos, like two or 3 days ago, they got on the whole Big Mom Rover thing as well. And I'm like, it's like I just don't see what they're like talking about. Like, no, like the destruction is incomparable. Like it's. But let me hop off that, because when I get on Rover, it's Rover. So is Rover more impressive to you guys? Less impressive after the conversation? What do you guys feel?
I think he was. Well, it's kind of the story we got this chapter was really exceptional, or possibly exceptional monsters not having the time to shine against their opponents and just getting clapped before they have the kind of opportunity to show how strong they are. Same with Bug God. We got the exact same thing with what's his face, Overgrown Rover. I mean, like, he looked like he was about to do some cool shit, but then he got sit down. So
Rover, it's already been established that he's one of the more powerful monsters. Like the Garou that we were just talking about, the Garou that came back from death and became significantly more powerful. This is the Garou that fought against Rover, couldn't do a damn thing. Literally gave him his most powerful strike, and it did nothing. He just shook it off. So we know that Overgrown Rover is exceptionally tanky, exceptionally powerful. Not a lot of monsters exhibit the type of abilities that he has. And we see the punch that he's taking from Saitama in this chapter, and it's amazing. It looks like similar to the Millennium Emperor Nova. Like, if we're going to compare it to anything, like the scope and damage that it's capable, just the shockwave of him connecting with Overgrown Rover, felt by all of the heroes, all of the monsters, even felt by Genos, who is like, I don't know, a couple blocks away from where they are. Pretty damn powerful. And he's not exploding from this punch. And, I mean, if you look closely at the panel of the punch landing on him, it looks like he's still alive. If you, like, his eyes aren't crossed out. Like, he takes the punch, and he's like there. He looks like he's still alive. It only appears that he's dead after the fact. But just the fact that he's not exploding from this crazy-ass punch is pretty damn impressive in itself. Because, I mean, any other monster taking this is likely going to be vaporized.
Goketsu exploded with less fucking...
Exactly. There you go.
The only thing I can think of to do with that is because if Saitama wanted him dead, I think he would have done it. Because as we've seen, literally, he has one-shot monsters. I think, well, obviously he's done things like that, or a similar strength, and he's again words. He's done that against people before, where he's one-shot them and they've exploded. But throughout this chapter, he kept comparing Rover to a dog, and I saw that as more of him punishing a dog. And I'm a bit concerned that Saitama genuinely thinks that Rover's actually just a big dog.
Concerned.
Yeah, because otherwise he would have killed him if he thought he was a monster. But then if he just thinks he's a giant dog, then he's like, oh, just punish this dog and then stop it. Because I think Rover's still alive as well. Just because otherwise, if he wasn't, then he would have just exploded there and then.
You bring up a really good point, Matt, because the dialogue that we get from Saitama when he encounters Rover is, I don't know, it's hard for me to describe it. I know it's kind of like supportive in a way. I don't know, but you're right. He's looking at him as if he is a dog. And it's entirely possible that Rover is literally a dog that just monsterfied. Just like how Neon was literally a house cat and he monsterfied. So I guess it's the same case with Rover, since he doesn't appear to have any kind of intelligence outside of just a monster. Because he can't speak like Neon or anything, and he's kind of just like a guard dog. So, yeah, and then he does say sit, which coincidentally Garou says to him also. But I think it's very possible that Saitama just knocked him out. Maybe he didn't kill him because, like Matt was saying and like what the dialogue shows, he does think he's a dog, and maybe he just doesn't want to kill him because he feels somewhat sympathetic for him.
That's exactly it. But
to be fair, this chapter he did say that he was wondering where the owner for the dog was and whether he was in the Monster Association. So he might make that kind of his next mission to find where the dog's owner is.
Was that your dog outside? Hey, he bit me. Oh shit!
But yeah, adding to what Matt also said is that I think if they wanted to show him exploding, they would have. So that's something as well.
I was gonna add. I'm not sure if this is like. So, Grizzly Neon. There were several versions of it, or two versions of it, and one was smaller, one was larger. So it made me think: is this like a just an abnormal cat thing? Like, is there a species of like Grizzly Neon? So, because he's not sentient, could that be the case for Rover too? That he's more of a variant of Grizzly Neon instead of Neon?
I mean, like Rover is just a pup, and there's a bigger Rover who is the parent of him.
Well, you like that? I'm right about that, right? Like, because they gave both the smaller Grizzly Neon and the larger Grizzly Neon the same name, Grizzly Neon, correct?
Yeah, because they didn't know that there was multiple until later.
Okay, bet. Yeah, so that's whatever the reference is, whether they're family, whether they're like a different variant, whatever it may be. I think that Rover could be an aspect like that, to where like there may or maybe not be a bigger Rover. I'm assuming that he's the biggest of the Rovers there is, but like there may be like an equivalent or smaller one.
It could be. There was a whole bunch of centipedes.
Facts. Yeah. I was gonna point that out next to that centipedes. This explosion should have like, my boy.
Yeah, the reactions to this explosion also give us a lot of info on what's going on too.
Yeah, fuck, bro. I don't mean to fucking let this out on the podcast, bro. But I got some resistance to this, bro, and it's fuck. I'm gonna call him out, bro. Steve-O, you a bitch for this, dog. Like hell no, bro. Like, I dropped the panel of this, and I said, shut the fuck up about Big Mom. Like, she's not tanking this. And you know what he told me? Yeah, but this doesn't change my mind. What? What? Not only is it Saitama, but he drew it like this, and it still doesn't change your mind. Like, oh, Rover is good as fuck, dog.
Funny 'cause he's a dog.
Fuck.
Here's a quick question then. So obviously we got all like the reaction panels and stuff like that. Nearly what everyone seemed to look except for Homeless Emperor. Do you think that like indicates that maybe he's like the stronger of the executives? Because like that shonen trope, obviously like the strongest doesn't really care about this kind of stuff.
You raise an interesting point. Yeah, he gives the most nonchalant response to all of the executives. Go ahead, please.
I mean, I was more concerned about the fact that Flashy Flash seemed to still be slamming his sword on the ground to find his way.
Yeah. I like that little thing that they threw in there.
I was also looking at. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, they like specifically show you the fork in the path. Like you see the corner, like above his head, just so you know, like he's still like randomly figuring out where he's going.
Shit. I was doing comparisons too amongst the panels, and I noticed something about the terrain, and I wanted to see if I'm correct. But if you look at where Black Sperm is, I'll try and put it on the screen. Black Sperm has a different material behind him, and it reminds me most of the Zombie Man environment. Remember that badass wall we were talking about where Zombie Man one-shotted a group of monsters behind? And the surroundings around him wherever he was. Out of all the places that we've seen, like the subways, when you look at a My Mass picture, you can still see the recognizable top of the subway entrance where we last saw him. So he may have only traveled not so far away from where he was before. Child Emperor is no longer at the same like tomb-like place. So that may be also part of a possibility as to where Black Sperm is as well, that he was. So Child Emperor's keeping it moving and keeping it pushing shit like that. So I'm like, that's whoever they're close to is probably where they're going to encounter next. Is Black Sperm going to fight Zombie Man or Child Emperor next or something?
See, the terrain reminded me more of the bridge at the cavern where Flashy Flash fought the two ninjas. So I'm thinking it might be below that.
That's a good point, because if you look at the panel as well, there's water dripping from the top as well.
I thought there wasn't anything below that, because remember the bridge fell into the water, and that water was where the Terranian bodies were, and where Child Emperor just fought. So are we saying there's something even below that? There has to be, because there was also water dripping down from where Saitama was walking and shit. But like that shit didn't look like the floor or something. It looked like actual like seabed or whatever. Unless the water's somewhere else, unless there's more water somewhere else. You guys, are you picturing what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Oh no, man. I mean, oh damn! Oh shit! Yo, what if they're all under evil natural water? Nah. I think it couldn't be. It couldn't be that. Because evil natural water was in the small little tank or something. Murata likes to hide things in certain places, so I was just trying to check it out, but we'll see what happens with that. Neon left some scarf marks on the back of Saitama's head. Is that a feat or?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
That's more of a comedic thing than anything. I mean, even when Deep Sea King punched Saitama in the back of his head, Saitama's head was jiggling around like a bobblehead. So
I think it's kind of just like dirt, if anything. Like, there's no way in hell he is piercing Saitama's skin. Like, you have to be like minimum of Orochi to even begin to damage Saitama.
Have we seen him? Boros damaged him, right?
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Boros and Orochi are in the same tier.
But I'm asking, like,
No, I was
honestly.
gonna say.
Mhm.
I think it's like even they're like Dragon Plus, and even then it's like it takes someone of like basically just below God to start to damage someone like Saitama, and even then it's like kind of like a light scuff on his body more than anything. It's nothing like
Yeah,
not
pretty
like,
much.
It's not like he's slicing through him and then like blood's gonna start gushing out his head. Yeah, no, pretty much what Zhoniin was saying though.
And what about the other characters that we saw? Like, was it Bang, Bomb, and Fubuki?
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about when I said it's giving us some info. So that's like the main info that's being revealed here because we haven't seen them since chapter 94. So we don't know what the hell they've been up to. We don't even know if they were in the Monster Association. But now this is revealing that they are in fact in the Monster Association, but King isn't with them. So where the hell is King? And also, what's going on with Atomic Samurai's disciples and Devil Longhair? Because it's them and King that we're not getting reactions from. Everyone else seemingly is given their reaction in this sequence.
Yeah, even the niggas outside too. Fuck.
Yeah, I love how it keeps coming back to them. Like, they're just basically normal people amongst gods at this point. It's hilarious.
Oh man, that fucking Mizuki panel, bro. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. You like that?
Really, it took one panel, bro.
All three of them were really fucking because we have for one of the poll questions we asked who looked the best, Tatsumaki, Fubuki, or Mizuki. Because in the panel where Darkshine was hyping up the big three,
Looking buff.
yo, abs, bro.
She's got some shredded ass abs.
Yeah, bro. She's looking alright for a lolly. Bro.
She has like shredded abs and like Chun-Li proportions to her hips.
Mm-hmm. Looking alright. But
Did anyone notice when we see Tatsumaki being called like where she's being addressed for her anger? When what's it called? Darkshine's talking about the three people you don't want to anger. She's drawn with like through the stomach of her dress, you can see kind of her abs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've never really noticed like Tatsumaki's never been the kind of abs character. She's been kind of flat stomached, but I've never seen her drawn with like abs through her dress.
No, that's what I just said. Like she has like cut abs, and then like the bottom of her body is like even
Those
more
abs.
extrapolated than it normally is. Like she is thick downstairs. Like,
Thighs.
that's the redeeming quality of her character. Other than
got
that,
a
she would just
fatty.
she would be like a little girl.
Whoa,
You know, essentially.
Whoa, bro. We cannot be describing her in this manner and then say the word little girl.
No, I'm not. I'm whenever anybody calls Tatsumaki a lolly, I'm like, she's not. She doesn't have the proportions or the figure of a lolly. She's just a small woman. Like lollies don't have legs and butts like that.
Some do.
No prison crew.
So that's a named attack, right? For Saitama? Sit?
No.
Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is.
No.
Garou and Saitama got an attack called Sit, bro.
I mean, I guess.
So you think
man.
that they're gonna say sit to a normal person when they punch them?
Bro, Garou literally said, sit down, hit the guy, or hit Rover, and then said that was my strongest attack. So that attack is called sit down.
Alright, if you personally want to label that attack sit down, be my guest.
100%, bro. If Garou ever comes at you with the strongest attack, that shit's gonna have the the fucking
Yeah, he's gonna be like, here's my strongest attack called sit.
knock your ass up.
Do you like the name of this attack? It's called sit, guys. You like it?
No, bro. And that's probably what Saitama's gonna use if he ever faces fucking Garou and shit. Because you know how
Yeah, he's gonna be
Garou...
like, oh, I coincidentally also have an attack called Sit.
in the class.
But every time Saitama uses it, you just hear it in the back.
So then the final match that we got in the chapter is Tatsumaki versus Gyoro. Thoughts?
Yeah, they're both thoughts.
Ayo.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not fucking Gyoro right now.
Well, I'll just tell you right now that Gyoro hasn't displayed the type of power that Tatsumaki has. Now, either Gyoro was holding back against Garou in Chapter 92, which I don't think is the case. We kind of saw that Gyoro is just like as powerful as like a dragon level Esper. Like pretty damn powerful, but Tatsumaki appears to be above dragon in power. So I don't think this fight is going to be what you think it is. Because I think it's gonna turn out the same way it did in Chapter 92. Like she's probably gonna get, I don't know, a little close to Gyoro Tatsumaki is, and then Orochi's gonna step in. And then we're gonna see Tatsumaki versus Orochi, which is like one of my most biggest looking forward to fights in the series.
Oh, I was gonna go down the line of, I think Gyoro's just gonna get his ass kicked or her ass kicked, and maybe she'll display some sort of like chicken maneuver in the sense of, on the verge of getting squished like the Grim Reaper did, she'll release like one of her eye nodules, and that'll be like her main body, and she'll just escape somewhere away from Tatsumaki. But I kind of
that's a good theory. That her little flappy eyeball thing is actually her true form.
yeah.
I like that.
But then we wouldn't get the well, we could still get the Tatsumaki versus Orochi. I really, really want to see that.
Oh hell yeah!
100%, definitely.
You find out that he's resistant to psychic powers.
Oh shit, Kishin's here.
I'm good with the weird turnarounds, aren't I?
She's strong as fuck. Like, I don't know, bro. You're right. Like that, Garou breaking free from that was a real reveal. Especially because he was just like, comparatively, we've seen people that can surpass him now. So it makes me think, can she hold down Rover? You know, could she really like fucking fuck with Goketsu?
Right, probably destroy Garou. At least that form of him.
You think Garou can destroy Rover?
I thought you were talking about Tatsumaki.
No, I'm saying Gyoro.
Could she hold down Rover?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hell no.
Nah, I'm not feeling that.
The main power that Gyoro has, she's like keeping her rank in order, is just Orochi. Like everyone fears Orochi, not Gyoro.
And they're the one holding the chain.
All right. So for this week's poll questions, we asked, number 1, who looks better, Darkshine and My Mask or Bug God? Number 2, Darkshine versus Goketsu. Number 3, Bug God versus Awakened Cockroach. Number 4, Brave Giant versus Darkshine. Number 5, is Rover alive? Number 6, a My Mask versus Darkshine. Number 7, who looked best, Fubuki, Mizuki, or Tatsumaki? Number 8, who fights next? Number 9, best intro fight so far among My Mask, Zombie Man, Child Emperor, Darkshine, Flashy Flash. Favorite part of the chapter for number 10. Number 11, Tatsumaki versus Gyoro prediction. Number 12, Garou versus Darkshine. And number 13, which is the quote of the week? We out like neon, meow, or you don't even give off a dark shine.
I swear, your phrasing of these questions.
All right, whoever wants to go first.
All right. First question: who looks better? I'm gonna have it I'm gonna have to give it to my boy a My Mask because Darkshine, although he has the pecs, abs, all the muscles and shit, still wearing a Speedo at the end of the day. So I can't pick that. But God looks cool as well, but I can see myself wearing what a My Mask was wearing. So yeah. Darkshine versus Goketsu. Shit. Yeah. Darkshine. I'm gonna go with Darkshine. Bug God versus Awakened Cockroach. That's a good question. You know what? I'm gonna go with Awakened Cockroach. Just because I've seen more from him than Bug God. I'm sorry. You're not even the top 2 bug.
God damn. God damn.
That's the quote of the podcast.
Number 4, Darkshine versus Brave Giant. That's a really hard one. That's tough. That's fucking tough. Oh man, recency bias, Darkshine. Recency bias.
Wow.
Number 5 is Rover alive. Yeah, he's alive.
No.
Unfortunately.
Say the hashtag. Say the hashtag.
Let Rover live.
Oh god.
Number 6, so My Mask versus Darkshine. Man, I know what Grimm is gonna say, but I'm going with a My Mask. I'm sorry.
Bro, this is racism. Fucking, I just gonna say this is racism. What the fuck?
Listen, I'm not Uncle Ruckus. I'm not going against my own kind. This is just, bruh.
Bro, he just did this, bro. He just did that. And you're still gonna pick a mine? Yo, I hate a My Mask. Fuck him, bro.
I know. I understand. A My Mask, listen, a My Mask hasn't shown to be stronger than Darkshine, but just from comments around other people, he's been hyped up so much that it's kind of just blind faith. So just go with it. All right. I acknowledge that he hasn't shown
a goddamn
the same
thing.
Yeah, he hasn't shown the same capabilities as Darkshine, but it's faith.
Bro, first it was Flash, not then it was Atomic Samurai, and now it's Dark. Come on, bro.
What about Giant Crow?
You already know Giant Crow. That's top 5.
100 Eyes Octopus.
Oh man.
We can't forget about Deep Sea King, guys. Come on.
Yeah, there's like a whole new meme mythology around these demons now.
Oh shit. Number 7, I don't even know why you asked me this or why you asked this question. Fubuki always. It does not matter.
Yeah, even the one single panel that we got of her, pretty stellar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saving that. Number 8, who fights next? I don't know. You know what? I'll go with, let's see. You know what? I'll go with the Disciples and Devil Long Care. I want to see that get wrapped up, so I honestly don't know because this chapter surprised me with how it went, so I do not know. Best intro fight. This is another tough one. It's out of Zombie Man and Flashy Flash, but I'll go with Zombie Man. That's cool.
What, bro? What is going on in these words? Please, hold on.
The vampire versus zombie shit, that shit was cool. Like, my boy came in there like Van Helsing with the pistols. Come on, nah. Came out that bitch, half of his head gone, brain stick. Like, come on. No. That shit was crazy.
Shame we only got one chapter, huh?
Bro, he won the poll question too, bro. I was like, what? Out of all, bro.
I think it's because we've seen so little of him. And people
It
were like,
wasn't a-
"Oh my god, a whole chapter!"
I get where Satsuki's coming from because it's like an intro fight supposed to show off like what a character can do. And that chapter of Zombie Man was perfect in showing exactly what the Zombie Man can do.
It wasn't necessarily the fight itself, even though the fight was cool. It was just like how he came out of the fight all fucked up, and it was like, bro, I died like 200 times. The shit does not matter.
Get me a
Time
cup
to
of
go on
coffee.
another rampage.
Yeah,
I'll heal up in a
came out
minute.
with came out with the Newports and shit. Come on.
Damn, bro. Because, like, I forgot if exactly what it was. We'll check out in a second. But, like, the polls were sweet, bro. Like, it was
Wow, really?
unanimous, bro. Like, niggas is fucking with Zombie, bro. I'm like, this nigga flew around the cavern in less than a second, bro. This nigga, like, you don't even give up for Darkshine, bro. This other nigga blew somebody to the moon, bro. Like,
I would. My guess, if I had to guess, the majority, I thought more people would go with the Flashy Flash one, but I don't know. It's just a Zombie Man for me. But moving on, favorite part of the chapter. You already know I don't fuck with the Rover shit. I mean, like, no matter it doesn't even matter if he's alive because he's dead to me. Like at this point, Saitama might as well just put a collar around his neck and give us some kibble and shit. Just have him as a pet from now on.
At least there's a body to bury this time, right?
Yeah. But favorite part of the chapter? Yeah, might as well. Like just ride around with him in Z City because nobody's going to care because it's Z City. So nobody cares.
This is the perfect time. The new Pet Cemetery movie came out. Let's bury him in the Indian burial grounds. He'll be better than he ever was.
Tatsumaki Gyoro matchup, I'll say. Yeah, that was probably the best part. And then Tatsumaki versus Gyoro prediction. Tatsumaki is clapping that ass. And then we'll see. She'll clap her so bad that she goes to her human form, and then that'll be great.
damn. I wasn't thinking about that yet. We probably are going to see her human form,
Oh, so you guys
Garou.
think that she can do the same thing that Hellfire and Gale do?
It's implied that like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they wouldn't tease that human form from before if we weren't going to see it in the future. So yeah,
We have to see that shit again. There's no way Murata drew her like that just to be like, nah, you ain't seeing this shit again.
Wait, what
It's
chapter was
Murata.
that teased?
92 at the very beginning.
Okay, I'll
Hey,
have to look.
dare I say it? She might surpass Fubuki.
No.
Whoa.
Pretty damn stacked.
Those words will not be spoken in the House of Grimm.
See, you say that.
Listen, she's up there. I'm not gonna downplay her. She's up there, but it's levels to this shit, and it's like, like Saitama is just like on his own level, and Fubuki is on her own level when it comes to looks versus in a woman category. So I'm sorry, Fubuki will always be number one. You can try to put all these other characters against her, but it's not going to work. I won't falter in my resolve.
And the other thing is, you would just remember what Gyoro's true form looks like, and I think that's a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
I just
kind of
love
kills it.
that Satsuki's ninja way is about Fubuki now.
It always has been. Ever since we seen her in chapter 38, some shit like that.
You remember the number too, bro.
Dedication.
Yo, I gotta tell you, viewers,
That's what that is.
This piece of shit, not only this week, but last week too, bro, waits to the day of the podcast. It's not the day before to read the chapter, bro. And then Sundown hopped on the train too, bro. He did. He remembers the exact chapter where Fubuki came in.
He's probably read it more than once.
Yeah, he has the volume.
Framed on the wall.
I actually do. And that Shonen reposted. He retweeted like one of the volumes one of the covers that has Fubuki and Tatsumaki on the cover. That shit's getting bought. It's getting bought.
Yeah, that one's rather good.
Modern art.
Yeah. Oh shit. Where was I? Garou versus Darkshine. Garou. Yeah, Garou. Especially when he wakes up. Yeah, Garou. 13 quote of the week.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, I don't remember a 13.
Just for us, whenever we do ours, let's consider it current Garou, the one that we saw versus Darkshine.
Current Garou. Then I'll have to go with Darkshine. You know, until I see like, but I'm just assuming that he'll get like a power boost and shit. But if we're just talking about Garou, the last time we seen Garou fight, then Darkshine. But yeah, quote of the week. You don't even give off a Darkshine. That's the quote.
The worst.
I swear to God, I'm gonna start saying that. Let me just tweet that bitch right now. Hold on.
So we got who looks better. Man, I kind of like them all, but I got to go with the My Mask as well. He just, I don't know. Darkshine is cool. I'm down with super big muscular dudes, no homo. The Speedo, it doesn't bother me. But I don't know, just in My Mask, he's like a BTS, like K-pop dude on steroids, and I'm down with that.
Cool.
I also like his wardrobe, pretty sweet. So we got Darkshine versus Goketsu. This is kind of hard to answer. They kind of seem to be around the same level, I guess, like of imposing power, I suppose. I mean, I guess Darkshine is more durable than Goketsu. But Goketsu, I guess, is way more skilled than Darkshine from a technique aspect. But yeah, I'll go with Satsuki here. Recency bias. I'll say Darkshine just for the hell of it. And then we got Bug God versus Awakened Cockroach. So Awakened Cockroach, obviously way faster than Bug God, but I don't really think that's enough to get the job done here. His power output doesn't seem to be particularly anything to write home about. I mean, yeah, of course he's pretty powerful, but it doesn't seem like it's more powerful than the Garou that fought Bug God, and we saw that he couldn't do anything. So I think if Bug God lands like 1 or 2 shots on Awakened Cockroach, it's pretty much over for him. So I'm going to pick Bug God here. Darkshine versus Brave Giant. I think this is Darkshine's fight to win as well. Aside from the Millennium Emperor Nova, I really think Brave Giant is going to be able to hurt Darkshine here.
With lightsabers?
Yeah. They're cool, but I don't know. Like, what are they going to cut Darkshine's skin, or are they going to burn?
We don't know that. He doesn't even know that.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. So I don't know. I'll just say Darkshine likely wins this one. Emperor Nova aside. So is Rover alive? I'm gonna say yeah, just because of the whole lead up to him being punched and the fact that he wasn't exploded, because Goketsu exploded. So that was for sure one wanting him to be dead, but Rover's not getting the same treatment here, so I assume that he's alive. So we got a My Mask versus Darkshine. My Mask, very powerful, of course, but he hasn't shown anything quite on the level of Darkshine yet. So I'm thinking Darkshine takes this as of right now, as of what we currently know. Who looked best? Fubuki, of course, even in this chapter. Who fights next? So I personally hope it's Orochi versus Tatsumaki. That would be incredible. But also, like Satsuki said, we need to wrap up the Devil Long-Haired Disciples fight. We also need to see what happens with G5. There's also the lingering fight, possible lingering fight of Nian and Puri Puri Prisoner. So it's all of those, but I just really hope that it's Tatsumaki versus Orochi next. So then, best intro fight so far, definitely Zombie Man. That's still my favorite chapter of the year. Even I think it's even better than this chapter. I love that chapter so much. I'm always rereading it. So fantastic, so well done. Favorite part of the chapter, I guess Rover getting punched. Pretty crazy, pretty awesome. We don't really get a lot of moments like that. I mean, like the last one that we got was the Emperor Nova. So anytime we get something like that, it's pretty awesome. Tatsumaki versus Gyoro, like I already said. I think Tatsumaki is going to put Gyoro on the ropes, and then Orochi's going to step in. Garou versus Darkshine. Current Garou that fought Orochi, I don't think that's quite enough to take down Darkshine, but it's not like he gets completely stomped. I think it would be somewhat competitive, but Darkshine will wind up being too much for him.
Brought up earlier makes a lot of sense, but as we already, it was mentioned, it's like we don't even know what can harm the guy. He doesn't even know himself. So, number 3, I went with Bug God again, or Bug Guy. Oh wait, I messed those questions up actually. Damn it! And I even copied and pasted those fuckers. Well, whatever. You know what that one was all about. But yeah, I like transformations. So that's why I went for the first one, which is who looks better, and then as for who would have won, Bug God, Bug Guy, whatever. Number 4. I initially went with Darkshine because that was an awesome display, but I think I may have to change it to Brave Giant because my love of robots wins. Too much variety. Number 5, that dog is dead. He is gone to heaven, just like the movies.
Wow. Why never?
Well, hey, Pet Cemetery, yet again, Number 6, I went with Darkshine, mostly because, he's just too durable at this point. I don't really know, unless we see something with a eye mask, in the future of what his, piercing capabilities are on an extreme scale. I still have to give it to Darkshine. 7, Mizuki-chan! I love that girl. Number 8, we gotta go with Purry versus Furry. I want that fight to happen and see if my sweater idea came true. Or will come true. What?
Animal abuser.
It's not an abuser when it's a monster. And he's a fucking criminal. So your point is mute. Number 9, I have to go with Child Emperor on this one because while we had the issues with reissues of the chapters and stuff, it got better as it went on. So going with that. Number 10 was Darkshine's display of power. I didn't think that fight was going to end up like that at all. It lasted, 3 pages or something? It was, that was actual action. So, number 11, I think Tatsumaki will fry Gyoro's brain from mental strain. That's how I see that maybe going. And then maybe that goes into her transforming or whatever. And then 12, going with Darkshine again. I mean, he really just showed off more than I was expecting in this chapter. So he's kind of the big one. And then as for the quote, you don't even give off a Darkshine.
You don't even give off a dark side.
Sparkle, sparkle. Like, what was it? Major Armstrong.
I already tweeted it out, guys. If you're listening to this, go to my Twitter, follow the link below, and go like that bitch. I probably tweeted twice since then, but go find that bitch, and you don't even give off a dark side.
So who looks better? It's a mind mask for me. They all look great, but just that chapter of he looked like a monster, and it was great. And my mask was number 2, Darkshine versus Goketsu. I'm gonna give this one to Goketsu, just because of the feats of strength we saw. It's not an easy fight for either of them. Goketsu's coming away with some bad injuries, but I think he just barely beats Darkshine. Bugard versus Awakened Cockroach. Bugman even. Awakened Cockroach isn't even really that good of a demon, so gonna go for Bugman. Number 4, Darkshine versus Brave Giant. I think it's Darkshine. Just because I think, I hear the Grimm. I just think, like, he's going to basically be a Terminator. He's just going to walk towards him. Like, when he was running, demons were exploding from contact with him. So
I forgot about that.
It's like, I think he's going to injure Darkshine, because it's obviously Child Emperor's best weapon, but I think it's not enough for Darkshine if he's a top tier. It's Rover alive. # let Rover live. Number 6, Amai versus Darkshine. Love Amai Mask, but at this point, Darkshine's going to wreck him. 7, who looked the best? Oh no.
No.
Okay, this chapter, Mizuki. If it was a bit more than Fubuki, but we're going for Mizuki. Who fights next? Just because of characters who have sat on the sideline, we haven't seen Atomic for a while. He's just kind of been doing his own thing, so I wouldn't be surprised if Atomic does something. And obviously, like, we still need to see what happens with the disciples and everything. And if not, maybe King, because as I didn't realize till you guys pointed out earlier, King wasn't even part of the montage of people who reacted. So maybe King's going to be doing something next.
King the fuck niggas up.
He was too scared to make a reaction.
Yeah, I think he's just used to it at this point. He's like, oh, it's Saitama. So best intro fight so far in terms of introduction, definitely Zombie Man, but I'm giving it to the flashy fight because the speed feat's incredible. I love all the little details about it. As a fight, I prefer the flashy fight. Favorite part of the chapter is definitely Saitama versus Rover. Anything Saitama does is an instant win for me. No question about that. I'm too much of a fanboy of Saitama for that. Number 11, what everyone else has been saying. Tatsumaki is gonna body Gyoro, gonna call in Orochi, and then that's gonna lead to that fight. Garou versus Darkshine currently. Darkshine takes it as well. But I still think Garou's gonna be one of the first to actually injure Darkshine. Quote of the week, you don't even give off a Darkshine.
My time to shine. So
Darkshine.
Hey. One, who looks better? I'm gonna go against the grain here and say I really like Darkshine's design. I mean, like, the speedos, not that that's a deciding factor. The immense musculature and the shininess. This dude looks dope. And his traps are like, this dude be shrugging planets on each side. Like, this dude is shredded. So I'm gonna go for Darkshine. Darkshine versus Goketsu. I kind of agree with Matt in the sense that it wouldn't be an easy fight for either of them, but I go with Darkshine. 3, Bug God versus Awakened Cockroach. Bug God all day. 4, Darkshine versus Brave Giant. Darkshine, easy. I think Darkshine, but like, his skin is so dark he would absorb all of the lightsabers. That's just how, that's just how.
And Burr still just give him a sunburn, huh?
No, he don't, like, there ain't no sun, but like the melanin will just absorb.
He's just a black hole.
He has a
pretty
Phantom
much.
Black mode.
Exactly, yeah. Like, light is shone at him and it just vanishes. This guy eats light for breakfast. 5, is Rover alive? Nah, he did. 6, a My Mask versus sorry, Satsuki. 6, a My Mask versus Darkshine. I'm gonna go Darkshine. Like, nah, My Mask would get clapped. 7, who looked the best? Fubuki. And 8, who fights next? I'm hoping, I would actually like to see a wrap up of the disciples against Devil Longhair, but I'm also in the mood. I'm hoping we get kind of like a Tatsumaki intro to Gyoro, and then we move to the 3 disciples, and then wrap up with their fight. That would be best for me. 9, best intro fight so far. Zombie Man's all day. That film noir vibe I've been getting when I read that chapter, it was so good. So good. Like, I have no issue with that chapter. It was so good. 10, favorite part of the chapter. Saitama clapping the shit out of Overgrown Rover. 11, Tatsumaki versus Gyoro predictions. Tatsumaki claps Gyoro all day. Very well. I wouldn't say very easily, but she claps. 12, Garou versus Darkshine. I'm gonna go Darkshine from what we've seen so far, but Garou has that potential, and his kind of reciprocal growth is outstanding. So maybe a few more lost fights, and he'll be a real threat to Darkshine. 13, quote of the week: "You don't even give off a Darkshine."
You don't even give off a Darkshine.
Yeah, fucking cunt.
Please let Darkshine have an Australian accent in the future. Please.
But why? We've heard he sounds like in season 1, didn't we?
Yeah, but
Yeah, he just has a black guy's voice.
But if he had a slight tweak and he's got the hat with the corks on it in the future, it'd be the best.
That'll be his power up, huh?
Darkshine against Brave Giant. He's like, "That's not a knife. This isn't a knife."
All right, so hopping into the poll questions then. You guys know what we thought. Let's hear what you guys thought. Up first is Zarso. For number 1, he said for the question, who looks better? He says BMI. Not a fan of near naked men, unlike Grimm. All right. Number 2, Darkshine versus Goketsu. Tough call. He's just off the cadre, but Goketsu has that anti-human technique. All right, thanks for not answering. Bug God versus Awakened Cockroach. AC over BG in speed. BG over AC in strength. BG overall due to cadre rank. It's not a cadre, but alright.
Yeah.
Darkshine versus Brave Giant. Darkshine, Credulous. Is Rover alive? He didn't go splat, so definitely. Confirmed. Amai match versus Darkshine. Darkshine too tanky for Amai. Confirmed. Who looked the best? Mizuki gets physical.
Yes. What?
Mizuki gets physical. Who fights next? Maybe Tatsumaki versus Gyoro? Just a hunch. Shut the fuck up, bruh.
Just a hunch. Like we didn't see those 2 people at the end of the chapter. Like just a wild guess.
Best intro fight so far, Zombie Man. What the fuck is going on? What am I not seeing, bro?
It's a good fight.
Bruh, the whole monster theme throughout the chapter was fucking epic as shit. And I'm telling you, when he walked out of the room, beat the fuck up, and he pulled out that cigarette, that solidified that as one of the best intros. I'm sorry.
Bruh, his brains were missing.
Let me see if that podcast was hype, bro. Because hold up, what chapter? That was like 103, right? Something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. I'll double.
Grimm, because you never answered. What was your pick out of those 4 then?
Child Emperor. Bro,
Really?
to see whatchamacallit, Phoenix go from
What, the Kamehameha?
Yeah, and the Kamehameha at the end, like that's what I want. I wanted all these niggas to get fights like that, and that's kind of the standard that I'm currently holding. Every hero too. Like any fight that they get, I'm expecting it to be, or these little ones like Zombie Man, the one that Zombie Man got, and the one that Darkseid just got. I'm expecting those to just be like preliminary confrontational type shit, kind of like what that Child Emperor had up against Phoenix Man. The first little attack thing, he pulled out the mirror shit. That's what I thought these were. So that the next fight, the Kadere fight, is gonna be where it's gonna be, just like fucking Phoenix Man, where they gotta pull out all the stops and shit, 3 or 4 chapters worth of shit, all 25 pages, and then we're going to the moon. Like that's the standard I hold every single hero to, every single one. If they don't do it, I'm low key disappointed. Like Flashy got the equivalent to what Child Emperor got, but in a smaller scale. But that smaller scale was done on purpose to help emphasize the fight, the time scale, how fast he did it, how difficult it was, all that stuff. Done amazingly. That fight is just as good as the Phoenix fight, but I personally just like the Phoenix one better. But no other hero's really gotten that. So I'm just waiting. That's why it's not that I think that the Zombie Man fight is bad. It's just that I'm seeing it as one of those preliminary fights. The next fight Zombie gets against a Kadere, hell yeah, it's probably gonna be the shit. But for now, y'all niggas tripping, bruh. Phoenix was out there, bro. Phoenix was out there.
200 deaths. Man looked at the monsters. Monster said, all right, you got our mans. We about to jump your ass. This dude pulled out the bar, locked himself inside, and said, y'all, you stuck with me. That was it.
One person's leaving this room, and it's not none of you, sons of bitches. I've got enough ammo.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, pretty damn amazing.
It was chapter 101, by the way, so it was Badassery 101.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Best Central Fight Zombie Man. His personality and exposition on his immortality are physical traits made it made it all the more enjoyable. And it wasn't even that flashy. Nice. Number 10. Favorite part of the chapter. The animal abuse transitioning to the shockwave and Hero's reaction to it. Yo, that really was animal abuse, bro. Like, he's out here hitting random dogs like that. I get if they bite you first, sure, but like, I was like, damn, Saitama.
That's a rabid dog at that point, and Saitama was just trying to put him down.
He yelled at that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That should have been the reference. And question that.
Tatsumaki versus Gyoro. Spoiler territory. Alright. Garou versus Darkshine. From last we saw Garou, he's getting shined on. He gets caught. Yo.
You know, it would be funny as hell if they actually fought, like, and then Darkshine just puts Garou in a headlock or some shit. That'd be funny as shit. Like, you know how you have like big brother, little brother, and they put you in one of those headlocks. That'd be funny as hell if Darkshine did that.
I'm going to put you in the corner if you're not good.
You literally did a stop hitting yourself.
Except he just does it with a pec flex.
For quote of the week, he said, "You don't even give off a dark shine. Have me sick. King Engine." Boom. Good shit, man.
So Confusion XD. For number one, he put God Look Sick Af in his 6-arm mode. Number two, he put Goketsu because I don't think Darkshine could handle his martial arts skill, but it'd be an extremely close fight. IMO. Yeah, sure. Number three, I'd say Bug God wins because he's too durable for Awakened Cockroach to do any significant damage to him. Number four, Brave Giant would get slapped. I don't see Brave Giant being able to do anything to Darkshine.
Creditless as fuck.
Yeah, 5 and 6, he's put Darkshine again. Would be too durable for my master to do any significant damage to put him down. Were 5 and 6 the same?
No. 5 is Rover dead.
Oh, he's missed that out, so he thinks Rover's dead. Okay. Well, you're going to be wrong. 7, Fubuki Best Girl.
Yes.
I think we're going to get a quick wrap of the 3 samurais before cutting to Tatsumaki versus Gyoro next. 9, they're all so good. I'd have to say Zombie Man just because of how badass he's looked while doing his thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10 is everyone's reaction to Saitama making his presence known. 11, I think Tatsumaki's going to shit on Gyoro, but Orochi's going to show up and save him and humble Tatsumaki. 12. Sorry, I've cut you off. The Garou had just woken up from his beating from the 2 demons, was able to easily slap around the 3 guard demons, so I'd place him around the low mid dragon at this point. But after his beating for both Rover and Orochi, I'd have to say he's either entered the high dragon category and Garou knows martial arts, so I think Darkshine is going to have a rough time. And 13, we out like Nian. Meow.
Oh.
I don't think Cockroach can hurt him. I could see that, but you know, I'm hating. Number 4, Brave Giant is getting that OG Mudbone treatment.
Who is this person?
This is Black Stannis.
I know.
Number 5, I think so. If he wasn't, I think Murata would have showed him exploding. So # let Rover live. Number 6, my mask getting the treatment I gave. Oh my, what?
Carry on.
What is it?
What is it?
What?
Please continue, Satsuki.
My mask Getting that treatment I gave Satsuki last night after him and I cuddled while watching Kill I Kill together. So in other words, Amaya Mass is getting his cheeks clapped.
Well, this was perfect that you read this.
Wow.
Yo, Satsuki,
He was writing it for you.
why you been reading Black Status's comments?
Every podcast too, bro. They connected, bro. They're connected.
Oh my god, this is top 10
Bruh.
anime betrayals, bro.
Bruh. Oh my goodness. He knew I was going to read it because his name is Black Stannis, and that just stands out. It's just, oh man. Damn, I always have like rumors with the whole black sperm shit that Grimm made up, and now this. I don't know. We moving on though. 7, Fubuki can physically beat your meat. I think he meant like psychically.
Yeah, that's
but is that
actually
even a
what it
word?
says. Psychically.
It's
is
not.
what it-
Psychical.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean, but yeah. 8, either Tots versus Gyoro, or we get the conclusion to the disciple fight. Yeah. 9, in terms of who looked more impressive, Darkshine in terms of actual fight, flashy. 10, Darkshine versus Bud God, although I wish we got a disaster level on Bud God's second form. It's probably just a demon consistently since we didn't get that. But 11, Tots gains the upper hand in the fight. As Gyoro realizes this, she calls Orochi, but he doesn't respond. It cuts to Orochi being preoccupied fighting hero hunter Garou. Ooh, okay. 2, Garou is getting Wesley Pike and Sundown. If you say I'm Grimm again, you're going to get my tongue in your ass.
Well,
Yo, you know
I'm going to get my tongue in your ass.
Yo, this thing is right there. In there. Yo,
Wait,
yo.
what?
Wait, so Black Stannis is now either Grimm or Satsuki. So it goes deeper now.
What?
No,
Bro,
listen.
Yeah.
Wesley Pipes
Where-
is his black porn star, bro.
I did not know who that. Oh, okay.
I
Wait, who is this? Black
I'm-
Status.
I'm-
I need to read this.
This is Black
But also,
Stannis.
Black Stannis is just a great name.
Yeah.
It's just like Stannis, but he's black.
really is that the only
That's the
reason?
joke.
That's right there.
Oh, shit.
13, you don't even give off a dark shine.
I can't wait for that moment in the anime. That'll be what, season 4 or 5?
Season 3.
Yeah, you probably need to.
Bruh, I have never been threatened like that before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, whatever floats the guy's boat, but I suppose I'll go next. I'll go for a more mild Canadian person whose name is Griever. Who looks better? Bug God. 2, Darkshine versus Goketsu. Goketsu high diff fight. 3, Bug God versus Awakened Cockroach. Bug God. 4, Darkshine versus Brave Giant. Darkshine. Is Rover alive? Let Rover live. No killing of the puppies. A My Mask versus Darkshine. A My Mask, that guy has not been pushed to his limits yet. Look the best. B, Mizuki. Hashtag abs over legs. Who
No.
fights next?
That's gay.
Ho ho. Ho ho. 8, who fights next? Atomic Samurai? I hope.
Right. No, man.
We haven't even really spoken too much about Atomic Samurai, but I suppose so. 9, best intro fight so far. A My Mask. Okay. I mean, let's be real, Griever. That's kind of crap.
Yeah, that's
10.
probably my least favorite, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, like,
intro hop, man. Like fuck. Holy shit.
10, favorite part of the chapter. Nyan, of course. Ah, love that pussy,
Love that bitch.
man. 11, Tatsumaki versus Gyoro. Gyoro pulls some Merlin level bullshit to counter. Oof. Was that some Taizai shade? Okay.
Yep.
12 Garou versus Darkshine Garou. And 13 quote of the week. We out like Nyan. Meow.
Meow.
Saitama the one. Question 1, they went with Shine. Number 2, Goketsu wins. He's the worst matchup for Darkshine. Maybe. 3, Bug God. Number 4, if Brave Giant strongest attack can harm Darkshine, he would win. Okay. Oh boy. Number 5, there isn't an answer for it. Isn't it if Rover's alive or not? Maybe they don't want to answer that in the hopes that their predictions are true or not. I don't know. And then number 6 is again Darkshine. 7, Tatsumaki for who looks better.
What?
That nigga gay. I mean, that nigga's a lolly.
Number 8, hopefully Atomic Samurai fights. Number 9, Child Emperor's fight. It was a great showcase of his brilliant mind when he could defeat a monster that was so much stronger than him. Well, he wasn't stronger than him in the beginning. It seemed kind of like a jokey monster. He just became stronger. But whatever. 10, the reaction of everyone to the impact of Saitama's punch. Fair enough. It was a good bit. 11, I hope that Orochi interrupts the fight. Wait, what was 11?
How do you the predictions for
the
Tatsumaki versus Gyoro?
I thought it was that one. 12, currently Darkshine, but we don't know how strong Garou after the Orochi fight got. And then they don't apparently have 13 answered. Well, they didn't answer 2 questions.
It's okay. I added 13 late.
Okay. Future reference, just blame it on Grimm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But no, he can't get the S rank comment anyways because his shit ain't say King Engine on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, none of that. Oh, so you got 3 strikes against you then.
All right, on to the polls then. All right, so for this week, you guys already know what the poll questions were that we asked. So for the question, who looks better amongst Amai, Darkshine, and Bug Guide, in last place, and the polls you see on the screen are going to be updated, so they're not going to be these exactly. But for the moment, the polls are in last place, Bug Guide, 8%, 44%, Darkshine, and then niggas, niggas is
Say
gay. Like it has to be some shit like that, bro. Like,
say it.
And yet you're the one that asked the question and gave them the options. You didn't just let them say their favorite thing. No, you had to limit that.
bro, I'm just saying, like, whatever, bro. I guess people like it was pretty boy, nice, tall, amped up, blonde hair.
So wait, who did you go for? Darkshine?
Bro, I'm not answering that question, bro. It ain't about me, bro.
What?
Intervention.
All right, so for the next one, we have Darkshine versus Brave Giant.
Yes.
Yes.
83%, bro.
Do it.
He's not taking Emperor no more. Y'all niggas are high, bro. What the fuck? Whatever, man. 83% to Darkshine. Is Rover alive? Let Rover live. Wins with 71%. It's good that people know that. For the best intro fight, as we mentioned earlier, in last place was Darkshine, currently, with 11.8%. Then we have Child Emperor with 14.7%. Then we have a My Hop with 17.6%. Flashy Flash with 23.5, and Zombie Man with 32.4. All right.
Yes, sir.
And then Darkshine versus Goketsu, we have Darkshine at 71%. It's it's getting along. It's pushing. All right, now let's hop into the art gallery portion.
All right, so I'm going with this picture of Tatsumaki about to face off with Gyoro because ever since Boro showed up, she's been wanting to fight the boss, but she was kind of robbed of that opportunity because of Saitama. So now she gets to fight the boss, and I don't know, the panel was just funny as hell because I like how they over exaggerate how small Tatsumaki is because in this picture she looks like a toy soldier or something. Like, I don't know. It was funny to me.
She kind of has like the same dynamic as Saitama.
Yeah.
Like when they try to appear like intimidating or I don't know, powerful in some way, it just comes across as them being like little or not drawn as well as the other.
Yeah.
For mine, I chose the panel where Darkshine is flexing, hitting a pose in front of Bug God. That's right before Bug God does little barrage shit at him. I'm not sure if that's like a characteristic that he always does for his fights. Because he was really just blocking what Bug God was taking before this. So we really technically haven't even seen how he fights besides his blocking stance and a punch. So to see that was pretty cool and badass. Murata did a really cool job of drawing it. Bug God reminds me of Kabuto there with the whole like beetle looking like thing. Like we said before, it's a shame that he didn't get to do more in the fight, but he didn't even give off a dark shine.
So mine is the fight after Nyan scratches Saitama and he's like, after the dog comes a cat. It's just I love Saitama in any case, but just obviously like he's drawn in a simple style, but I love in the background just for context of who this guy is to Nyan. This is the man who's just bodied Rover and is now staring at him. We're like, you really want to do this? Like, and then he's just like, I love this panel. Yeah, it's great.
I think mine is just the great panel of Saitama's like seismic punch. I mean, it's an obvious one, but it's still good, you know? We haven't really gotten to see him do as much, so it's like to see his large-scale destruction.
Mine is going to be the Flashy Flash, the one panel we get Flashy Flash this entire chapter. And it's him looking incredibly serious as if he's about to embark on a life and death journey. And you see his hand on his sword, only kind of loosely gripping it as if he's about to let it tip and decide which direction he's going to take again. So I thought that was a good kind of conflict of him looking serious but also being an idiot.
Yeah, that's kind of like One Punch Man in a nutshell, like the series. I love King. He's one of my favorite characters, but I love King more. So this panel of showing what King looks like to everyone in that world is just so cool. I just love it so much. This is already one of my favorite panels. Like I've already changed my avatar on Twitter with this face just because it's so damn good.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like there's like, I don't know, a couple panels throughout the series of King where we get to see what the people observe of him, and they're always like just so well done, so iconic. Like when Garou remembers, and actually when Garou observes King, he pictures King as like having no weak spots, and then he's like constantly moving like simultaneously in every single blind spot that he has. And then when he remembers King, like after he gets knocked out by Saitama, like King is like moving incredibly fast from what he remembers. And also like the big statue that is like the merchandise of King, it's actually on display in season 2, episode 1. That also just further shows what everybody thinks of King. He's just this huge hulking monster of a person. I love it.
King is big as fuck.
He's not short.
I mean, he's tall, but you know, he's not muscular.
What do you guys think about that an anime episode?
Have not seen it yet.
It was great, man.
Favorite part, Sundown.
Oh,
The
no.
crow. The giant ass crow, man. The big ass crow.
That's actually correct.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was great. I enjoyed it, but I'm not the right person to ask.
No, I'm literally asking you, so you have to.
No, I mean, I'm just going to say nothing but good things about it. But then if you look at Twitter, you've got like this whole mob of people crapping on it. You got one person in particular crapping on it who's just doubling down on it just because it turned out that their predictions weren't accurate. So they're just, doubling down saying, oh, it's bad. And look at it compared to season 1. And, hey, guys, you're stupid if you like this season. I'm like, damn, dude, I would unfollow you if I didn't need you for news. But I kind of need you for news, so I kind of have to follow you. But other than that, I would have blocked you a long time ago.
I mean, it's going to follow the anime or the manga, so why would his predictions even be a thing?
No, his predictions about how the whole season is just going to be awful, and the quality is just going to be shitty.
Gotcha.
It's like, whatever, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're biased is the only thing because we know what happens, and we're on the One Punch Man podcast. We like this stuff, so it's a bit unfair. I liked it. Just like there's things I think comparing the first 2 episodes of season 1, season 2, it's not the best because obviously there's all these different things and aspects to it. But season 1 episode was better because it was a different studio. But there are definitely things I liked about this, and especially if you're a manga reader like us, the intro makes me incredibly hyped for what's going to happen. I was so excited watching that because I didn't think they'd show half the stuff they did, and it gives me an idea of what's going on. And from the intro, if that's the footage they use, it doesn't look bad.
That's all I'm saying. Of course, it's not as good as season 1. It's not. It wasn't going to be. But the fact that you want to just go on like a campaign, a smear campaign, just I don't understand.
It's just weird to me when people compare the still images to the manga, because just looking at the first arc in the manga, you could do the same shit for season 1 of One Punch Man and the manga will still look better. So I don't get why people are doing that.
Wait, so is there like a full campaign on Twitter of like people being disappointed or pretending to be?
But I got immediately. Hold on, I'll tell you the sequence. So I forgot exactly what time it was, but at a certain time period, somebody mentioned that the episode dropped on Hulu. Then, not even 15 minutes after that, a completely different individual dropped a tweet of somebody talking shit about the episode. Not even 15 minutes, bro.
So they hadn't even watched the whole thing yet.
My nigga, I don't care about niggas' opinions, bro. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, if niggas, bro, all right, no offense to anybody who's in here. Like, I'm just saying, no offense, Zhoniin, but niggas like Dragon Ball Super. That shit's trash.
I react to it every month.
Trash.
Hey, dude, I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional about that. I know Super is garbage compared to the other shows.
Yeah,
but it's other people. The animation gets good towards the end of the series.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If something like that's like I'm never watching that. That's ruined Dragon Ball. But they put money into that shit, bro. Those fights look good as fuck, bro. I don't want to hear about like, come on, bro. You read One Piece, bro. One Piece is an anime that's been fucking trash for years on end, man. You can tell when they put money in an episode, man. You can tell that indefinitely. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I think you have a really good point right there, because I think people are literally looking at this episode to pick apart what's wrong with it instead of actually enjoying it. And, it is what it is. I'm not saying you can't be critical, but why would you watch an episode just so you could literally take notes on what was bad about the episode? That's kind of weird. And yeah, to your point about One Piece and shit, yeah, the anime has had just crazy amount of inconsistencies when it comes to animation, and that's One Piece. So I don't understand why everybody's being so hypercritical of One Punch Man, the first episode.
I don't know.
I feel like people were always going to be critical, even if everything was going to go smoothly. I feel like people are going to be critical because of how different the story is in general. Like, I think you guys are right. People are going to be looking for problems. So even just like obviously season 1 and the first part of the story is like a bunch of short stories, there's a bunch of shorter arcs, whereas this whole story with Garou expands a lot longer. And I think people are going to be looking for problems even before like the whole announcement with JC Studios and everything like that. It's always like this. Like, it's always people look for problems when I enjoy something a lot, and especially in a sequel like One Punch Man, it's very rare that a sequel lives up to the first thing of anything, really. But I think, like I said, people just want to complain at times, and if they don't like it, that's fine. They're allowed to, because the manga still exists. And even if they didn't like that, then at least they tried it. That's all I can say.
But that's the thing, bro. Like, this is gonna live up to it, bro. Nigga, Metal Bat versus Garou? Stop, bro. Like, niggas don't know what's coming, bro. Niggas don't understand what's coming. Like when I say Shiryu, bro, like, I'm like that. It brings me so much joy that I know that this type of firepower is coming later on in the season. So that when a nigga talks shit to me about, oh, it looks trash, it's gonna be stupid or whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. I know you don't know what you're talking about, and I'm gonna wait for it, bro. Whenever that fight happens, the internet is gonna move, bro, just like I did the first time. Just literally just like I did the first time for Gino versus Saitama, man. Everywhere, millions of views just on that clip, bro. Oh, watch One Punch Man. Watch One Punch Man. That's how I got into One Punch Man, off of that clip, right there. I'm not worried about a goddamn thing. It just pisses me off to continuously see it, like, in my direct community, or when people bring it up to me. It's like, I don't care. Like, stop telling me that. I'm still gonna read it. Go ahead.
Is any part of the manga skipped? Because I can't remember where it finished and where it would start again.
No, it carries on like normal. So it ends in season 1, like after the whole Boros fight and the two associations built up, and it just jumps straight into it, like with the whole stuff with King in season.
Okay.
But even then, like next week, we should be getting some, like, hopefully people enjoy that then, because we've got Genos versus Sonic next week. We'll have Saitama versus Fubuki, and we've got the series consecutive side hops next week as well.
I certainly hope so. We're also going to get Garou versus pretty much everyone at the meeting.
Yeah.
I just want to see the animated version of Heavy Tank Loincloth, like, breaking his arm, punching the ground.
I wonder if they'll go far enough and, like, have Gyoro tear off Blue Flame's arm as well.
I certainly hope they show that too. I guess they will, because this doesn't have the restrictions that like a normal show would, because it comes on, I think, at like 1 a.m. in the morning, so they could probably do whatever they want.
That was it for today's 106 podcast session. It was a great chapter, as we just discussed. We're bringing to you existential content about the chapter and One Punch Man in general on each of our channels, so check it out. I believe the next... Any updates on the next chapter? No?
Any idea when the next chapter comes out?
Yeah, like a month maybe?
He hasn't said anything, but 2 weeks or a month.
Check out the next session. Check out the previous podcasts. We did from the chapters and stuff. Check out the tournaments that are coming up. We just recently did one for all the top demons, and this week we plan on doing one for the dragons. So stay tuned for that, and we'll attach this to the One Punch Man podcast playlist, so you'll be able to check it out as long as you're attached to that playlist. So always watch the podcast through the playlist. It's best. And like the video, subscribe, see you boys later on, man. Road to 1K. Yo ho!